Let's do our CSS battle. Oh boy. Alright. I'm looking at this and I'm not seeing diamond shapes. I see vertical lines and I see horizontal or like diagonal lines. So I think we can do this with the HTML and the body, and they're both going to have the same linear gradient, but we're going to adjust the degrees. You can actually select the direction of your linear gradient in degrees. And so we're going to do that, and we're going to set it up with a variable so that we just change the variable for the second one. So star, we're going to hit background, right? And we're going to say linear gradient. And then we're going to say 90 degrees because the default is straight down. So we're going to rotate it 90 degrees. Now, I don't think I have to set each one. We might look at a repeating linear gradient, which is a legitimate tag. I might be able to just do one, set the size, and then get it to repeat like you would expect. So let's start with actually this blue color. And it's going to go to, how wide do you think that is? What, 50 pixels? And then we're going to do the white color. And set it to 0. Okay. So what this little pop out is just the body with its like 12 pixel automatic margin happening. We're seeing a repeat. So as far as width goes, you know what, let's hide, actually we'll hide the body by, let's delete that for the moment. I don't know if we'll need it in the final, but for the moment, just for testing purposes, we're going to do this. And then what we need to do is set a size on this. We want the top and bottom pixels. Okay, that's the position. So let's say 0 for the moment. And then we're going to put the slash so we can do the size. What is 100? Oh, there we go. We're getting our repeat. So I don't think our width is quite right yet. And let's go ahead and actually do this value here. Yeah, I think we need to be like 60 pixels. All right, and we're going to step it back 40, 35, okay. And then step this up to 60. Okay, now we just need to set our width the proper amount. Let's start stepping this up. 140, 145 it looks like. Ooh, no, I was wrong, 135. There. Okay. We have our vertical bars in place. Now we just need this to be a variable, closing bracket, and we're going to what is it, dash d for degree. And what we can do is on our body tag, I got a text to see. Yeah, you have to take a humidifier into the kid in a moment. They're still sick. Haven't been sleeping good. All right, so what we have now is we have the HTML element. We have this nice little linear gradient on there. We're specifying the degrees, so which way it's flowing. And I'm specifying where it starts in our box, I guess, here. And so it's starting at 35 degrees and then repeating. Now it's repeating because I told it this width of 135 pixels. It's width first and then height. So like if we put in another value here, let's say 50 pixels, well, that doesn't demonstrate it very well. I think, oh, I know why. Because it's still repeating that height, but it's all in line, so it just looks like one thing. It's not, if I put in no repeat, I think we would, let's see, no repeat. There. So you see that height is there, but because it's repeating, we get these bars. It's just repeating across the entire axis and even wrapping around past what we said this first start is, so that this side still gets styled. Kind of cool, right? So we can get rid of the no repeat and the 50 pixels, and we can see our design. I think this will carry over to these diagonal lines, and all we're going to do is change our direction. What do you guys think? Are we doing 45 degrees? Oh, okay. I mean, that looks pretty good angle-wise. What's happening? The white is overwhelming the blue. Is it the positioning? I was expecting to get bars. Let's change the degrees and see what happens. 145 goes over there. 75 does that. All right, I have an idea. I think instead of doing white here, we're going to do this. But with background, it's shorthand. So what we can do is we can actually specify a background first and then do that. Because you could do background and background image. Comma? No, we just need that. Why is it still blocking everything? Is it the position? So if this was blue and that's white. Well, actually, looking at the, we're almost spot on with that 45 degrees. I wonder. All right, let's reverse this. Let's reverse this. Let's say this is 45. And that didn't change. And that's 90. Okay. All right. So we're getting odd behavior here that I want to figure out. So the top one is transparent, though. So wherever it's not a blue bar, we should be seeing what's underneath. Right? Right. What if? No, margin 0, it should be full width, but let's just say 100%. Doesn't change anything. Height, 100%. Doesn't change anything. Okay, just making sure, like our body should have full height and width, like it should be all of it anyways, especially with margin 0 being applied to it. So why is this upper one masking like that? Here, I thought this was being nice, quick, and easy, and it's just not working like I'd expect it to. We have transparent as our second value. There should just be blue bars. Okay, let's go crazy and let's do, whoa, negative 100 moves it that way. That moves it that way. What is going on? Do I need to write 2 linear gradients? Why would changing the degrees on there the same degree? Okay. Ooh. There we go. All right. Are what we see, is that, okay, okay. Let's go back to basic debugging. 2 pixels solid. That's our problem. Why is our border margin, let's turn this down. Let's say 10. Huh. So, oh, no. I see. Okay. I understand what's happening now. I get it. We shrunk our size to 135 pixels. Now remember that block we saw when I said no repeat on this, on the HTML tag? The block was repeating and they're all in line. So it looks like bars, but it's actually this little sliver. And when I rotate it, you still have this little sliver, but it's just not showing up anywhere else. They're not going to repeat in line. What I actually need to do is get rid of this bar. I think I do need to just do a good old-fashioned rotate. All right. So instead of this, we're just going to rotate 45 degrees. And then we'll do some negative margin. Let's go negative 45. And then we're going to say this we won't need anymore because margin negative 200. Okay. Why is it not showing up? Why is this? Oh, background. This hard set background is showing up here. Okay. Easy way to fix that is to set background image. No. We need that background there. Oh, my diff's not looking half bad. Do I need a whole new gradient anyways? Are the widths not right? The angle isn't quite right. No, it is 45. Yeah, the widths aren't right anyways. No, that can't be right. That's got to be the positioning. Okay. Got to understand which way it's moving here. When I change this value, 160. 170. It looks like it's marching down. Do I want it to march down or up? I want it to march up. So let's go 210. Nope, not 2100. Where are we? Okay, that's too far. Oh, maybe I do need it to march down. Okay. 150. Okay, that's a lot closer. 120. 110. 120, 130. Ooh, 135. Okay. All right, we have that figured out. All I have to do, I think I have to just write two backgrounds. I have to put this here. Oh, man. Okay, no. We can do this. And then down here, we do have to write another background, but we can be specific and just override the background color and make it transparent. And like that, we have it going. I guess I could just write background, and then because I did that, no. Yeah, it overwrites everything. Yeah, so we do have to be specific, so we keep our background image. See, here we're setting background color, background image. By right here, we're only overwriting this color. So we don't get that solid background behind our linear gradient. And I think that does it. Wow. A lot of little caveats and trying to understand what you're seeing there. Gradients are fun that way. They really stretch the mind as far as planning and looks. Let's see where we're at. 134 characters. Not too bad. This is definitely a one for linear gradients. I wonder. Okay, I just thought of a way that maybe I can say var. Let's wrap that in a variable. I think I can save a few more characters here. Dash dash b, comma, right? And then here is going to become dash dash b. And we're at 130. 4 more characters saved because I didn't have to do background color because we're just changing that the value for the background color in this. I like it. Okay. Cool beans. Hope you had fun. Catch you later. See you tomorrow, I guess.